guys, we've woken up very early to come to a cider museum. They've given me an apple and we're gonna learn the process, try some cider. So basically you put the apple through here and it goes through these rotating things here. It gets washed out, and then when it gets to this area, it's manual labor, and it shows you on that picture. Basically you choose out the bad apples, and then here it gets crushed.
The juice is just fermenting and just converting the sugars in the juice into alcohol.
And here they have different presses, that one, this one, which apparently are about 200 years old. They were used by the Romans, and this technology is amazing, guys. Like, can you imagine these huge machines here being used for cider as opposed to these little ones now? The idea is the same, basically. It's just more technological, as opposed to this and using men to work with their strength. I can't exactly remember what the lady that was explaining to us was saying about the barrels, but apparently they have been used for, no, not the barrels, the bottles have been used for about 50-ish years now, because obviously they used to use the barrel back in the day. So it's kind of cool to know that the bottle is a new thing. Like 50 years, that's not a long time ago. Is a great person to give surprises. Look where he brought me. There's a river and it's so pretty. It's nice and sunny now too. But this is so nice. This has been my favorite place since I got to Asturias. You know, I'm always confused in Europe whether it's a town or a city, because I think it has to have a cathedral in order to be considered a city. Anyway, we're in the town city. It's called Espinaredo, and it's so cute. It's like in the middle of the mountains. Literally, it's just, let me see, down the road, and then it ends in this area here, and that's all you get. It's so cute. The houses are so pretty. If I had to move anywhere, guys, I would probably move to a place like this, but less colder. Alright guys, I'm gonna try to explain something. If I can't, then I'm gonna switch over to GELO. But they have these huts here behind me that were used back in the day to store seeds, flour. It's a very smart way of building these things. If you can see, there's stairs there. These are steps to go up to the top, but they're not connected to the actual floor of the hut. And that's because it would prevent the mice from actually going inside the hut. And then also they have the pillars here in which mice can obviously go up to, but then there's a rock. So it's a flat surface here. And so it can't go beyond that point, which is really smart because then it prevents all the rodents from actually going in there. And now obviously you can use them to store whatever you want. But I was just telling GELO this would be a really cute house, or at least like a room. Feels like a tree house even. The names of these are in Spanish are Orreos or Paneras. Easy way to remember, think of an Oreo. But anyway, the bottom was usually used as a workshop, and then the top was used to store crops and stuff that needed to be dried out. Also, look at this house. Is this not the cutest thing you've ever seen? So well decorated, and the flowers, just the wood, the stone, all of it looks so pretty. Guys, I just stepped on a snail. Okay, maybe he was already dead. Okay, no, nothing happened. He was already dead. I just stepped on him. This is house golds, man. Look how beautiful this rose sprout is. I think this is the most impressive rose bush I've ever seen in my life, actually. Like, biggest and impressive, and just, it's beautiful. These look like movie sets to me. It looks pretty fake, and the fact that there's no people here, it feels as if there was no one living here and it's just kind of a setup. Place so much, I think, because it reminds me of when I was a kid. It takes me back to when I used to live in Mexico as a child. I used to live in a place like this, where it's all green and there's mountains, we have rivers, dirt roads, and the smell of like nature, of like wet grass or like the dirt after it rains, reminds me so much of Mexico. And when I see places like this, I think of back in those days. Do you guys ever get the feeling you're in paradise? I get it so many times when I'm in places like this. I could be here forever. I love it. This is definitely my vibe, my type of place. I don't even know how to explain, but for example, what's that feeling of like me just being here, simply standing in this place and kind of taking in its beauty and the environment and the sounds and just listening to the wind and stuff like that. That puts me in such a peaceful place. How does a place make you feel that way? What the hell? There's even a mug. What? That's really cool. Just in case you get thirsty, you come here, you got your mug. Into a restaurant and we're gonna have some
Traditional dishes.
traditional dishes. I was gonna try to read them to you, but you probably won't know what it is anyway. Gracias. We just got our last dish and this looks really, 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 really good. This is amazing. This is so good. This is like being back home. Mom, I don't need you anymore. I'm staying here. Place called Covadonga now, and we are at a cave which is called the Saint Cave, and we're not allowed to film in there, so we're gonna go and check it out. So we were just in the cave, which is right behind me, and look at this epic church location. Is that not sick or what? It's literally hanging off a cliff. There's a waterfall down there, this mountain, there's a view on that side. Amazing, guys. This place is beautiful. I was just telling Hello, I wish I could get married in a place like this if I ever even get married. But just this location, having like either a ceremony or a party or some type of something with a location like this, with the view of the mountains, the waterfall, this is amazing. I know I said that Espinaredo was probably my favorite place I've been to so far, but this place probably is on the same level. It's just epic, like incredible. Who the hell? Oh my god, whoever came up with building something, anything really, in a cave with a waterfall under it, genius. So guess what Hello just told me? He basically said drinking off the 7 fountains is tradition, right? So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll do it, why not? And then he's like, you know what the legend says? That if you drink off of all 7 of the fountains, you're gonna be married in a year. And I mean, you can't just do that to me. You can't just like have me drink off of something. I mean, I don't believe in stuff like that, to be honest. But I mean, if that's a thing, he should have said that to me before I drank off of it. But to be honest, I wouldn't mind getting married, guys. Maybe not in a year, obviously. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how true that is. So the water in the waterfall is coming from a river, and Hello just told me that these holes, like that one there, there, and these here, also have flowing water when the river is very high. Nice to see you again. I'm freezing once again.
I know why. I can understand. It's not cold, it's just fresquito.
That probably is Asturian for damn cold. Guys, we've come to another viewpoint. I'm taking cover in this little dome here because it is so windy and cold, and I'm gonna probably just stop saying it's cold because you guys are probably annoyed of me saying that. But just look at this view. I'm gonna get up for a second so you can see. Look at this. The mountains, guys. It is so beautiful. In the distance, all the way over there, you can see that mountain with snow, which apparently is the highest peak in Asturias. And now my eyes are watery because of this wind. I've been crying the whole day. It's not even funny, guys. The sun finally set.
She's been crying just because this is so much beautiful.
It is beautiful. It is very, very beautiful. I love it, honestly, man. It's been amazing. These views just make me feel like such a tiny little person on earth, which I know I am, but then these views just remind me, because look at this. You see, like, for miles and miles and miles, these big ass mountains. The one here, then you see the sunset, and you have the ocean all on this side, and it's just like makes you feel like a little ant. All right, guys, we're done with this view. As beautiful as it is, I am really not enjoying it, and GELO is freezing. You know that if he is cold, I am like beyond the level of coldness that I can stand. Honestly, I'm not even joking. My hands and my toes have been like, I can't even feel.
Yeah, even
I can't feel anything.
My hands warmer than yours?
I don't know. I can't tell. I feel like my hands are completely frozen, but I can't feel anything anymore. My toes and my hands have been completely like senseless for the past like 5 minutes, but it's beautiful. It's really worth it. This is the viewpoint of El Fito. If you ever are in Asturias, definitely come to this place. If I could only grab the sun, put it in my pocket, and take it with me everywhere I go. Come with me. Alright, guys, we've made it home now. I'm gonna call it a day here. We are both very tired. We're probably just gonna go to bed, and we shall see you guys tomorrow.